Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, at your service. How are you all? I hope you're all doing very well and staying free from colds and bugs and infections and all that sort of stuff that happens at this time of year. You know, when the temperatures drop and you've had Christmas and New Year and everyone's a bit down in the dumps and you leave yourself wide open because your immunity system is knackered from all the alcohol you consumed. Yeah, there was no punctuation in that opening statement there, by the way. Yeah, I hope you're all well because I've been really unwell. Now, I started off this year full of gusto and spirit, spit and venom, and it's all gone tits up for me. I had a cough before Christmas, so I've had a cough for about 5 weeks now, I'd say, and it got worse. Everyone goes, oh no, that could be pneumonia, you know, a chest infection, you want to get yourself checked out. I would get myself checked out if I could get a fucking appointment at the doctor's day in, day out. I'll take it. Not obviously people with the same affliction as me. I'm at the chemist, you know, because go to a pharmacist because they can give you really sound advice as well. Go to a pharmacist and they'll help you out. Keep the doctor's waiting room, you know, a bit emptier. Free up appointments. And what did the pharmacist say to me? Yeah, you think you're best to your GP. So yeah, it's not been a good week. I'm all bunged up. I mean, I've had this cough for like 5 weeks now, but over the last 2 weeks, it's got considerably worse. And this past week has been diabolical. Not sleeping from cough. And the worst thing is, I mean, you all know, and without going into too much detail, you know, when the stuff in there begins to seep down to here, then you begin to have that ratchety, hacking cough, and you're going to do that. Well, my cough, it does take that form, but also it's a little dry double tap. It's like, what, SAS double tap? You know, and there's nothing there. It's like almost like when air hits the back of my throat, it triggers that reflex to cough and hack. You know, it's just a pain, real bad pain. And another symptom is that, I mean, mine seems to have happened in reverse. I had the cough, then I kind of got bunged up, then it kind of hit my chest. And now it seems to be heading back up here again. So I'm all... But another little symptom, which I've never had before, is a weepy eye. These two precious little things here have been, especially that one, I've just constantly streaming. Now, that's a bit disconcerting because you go onto, you Googleize these things and self-diagnose. Oh, don't do that, you know, because every single thing, what does weepy eye mean? If my eyes are streaming, what's that all about? However you phrase it, the big C is going to come up. No, not cocaine. Cancer is fucking everything. Every symptom you ever have can be a symptom of cancer. So hey, I've got ocular cancer. No, I haven't. What the fuck I've got? I've got a strong, heavy cold, which is not leaving me, and it's a miracle so far I haven't coughed. I think the fake coughs have kind of dispelled the onset of a big coughing fit. Watch me speak too soon there, and but the eye streaming thing, it's got to be connected, hasn't it? So, but ironically, it says on a lot of things that weepy streaming eyes is a sign of dry eye. Dry eye. So the exact opposite thing happens. Well, apparently it does, because if your tear ducts tend to dry up, your eyes will overcompensate and try to, you know, form this sort of fluid to stream the dirt out of your eyes. So as a consequence of having dry eye, which can be quite serious apparently, you'll overcompensate with tears in abundance. So I mean, it's windy outside now, and sadly I'm not at work because I've not been well enough to go to work the last couple of days, but in fact the minute I walk outside, I can't see because my eyes stream that much, and bloody hell. Now I know normally Kilt-Man is like, hey, yes, I've got this, and hey, everyone be positive, come on, let's all have fun out there, and I'm a great one at preaching that kind of shit. It's not shit, it's genuine, but I'm not very good at practicing what I preach. So when I feel down, when I feel physically impaired, I take it personally, and as Mrs. Kilt-Man will testify, I can be a right swine to be around when I'm feeling slightly under the weather. And I didn't leave the house at all yesterday. I pretty much bedridden. I was freezing cold, shivering, shaking. You know, it is cold, but it's not that cold indoors. I don't live in a cave, you know, anymore. But so yeah, I'm great at saying that. Everyone, look on the positive side. People always say to me, "Oh, you're a tonic. You're just what I need." You know, when I'm feeling down, I always put one of your videos on. Or people in the pub always come over and say like, "Oh, you and your stuff. I love what you do." You know, because of the kilt and the vest and all this kind of the oddball eccentricity of the Kilt-Man. People seem to like it. Some people are a bit unsure about it, but everyone seems to like it though and get a positive vibe from it, which is good. A long way that continue. But sometimes, like when I'm under the weather, I am the worst person to be around. I might be great for everybody else, but I'm pretty bad for myself. And because I look on the bleak side, all of a sudden my glass is half empty. You know, and like that may strike some people as being a bit odd, a bit of a contradiction in terms, but it's also who I am. You know, and I think a good way of, you know, a good bit of discourse is, especially between, you know, us guys, the Kilted clan, all you fantastic people out there, is that I'm not just a face on a screen for you people. I hope, reviewing this, reviewing that. The whole thing about this is you're getting to know me, and I've got to know a fair few of you as well. And you know, that's what I wanted to do. You know, it's a whole network, and we can, you know, take over the world. But you've got to know each other as well. So as long as you know who's sitting on the other end of that screen, talking to you, waffling on endlessly, effing and blinding sometimes, and having major, you know, meltdown rants. But you kind of know what you're getting with me, or maybe you don't. Maybe that's part of the fun. But honestly, I think it's also one of the best policies. And with me, what you see is what you get. So if I'm ever like angry, you know it. If I'm really ecstatic, you know it, but you'll know why. If I'm a little bit, you'll understand why again. And the worst thing I could do would be to, and it's been a few days since I did my last video, pretty, you know, upbeat if I remember rightly. The worst thing I could do is then sit off and like just not do anything, because it leaves people in limbo. By the same token, I don't want to come out and say, "Oh guys, you know, oh I've been ill, oh I don't feel well, blah 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 blah." Now that this is working, I feel quite, you know, ebullient and a lot better. The minute I shut that down, I'll just collapse. Morphine, no, fuck that, whiskey, or rum. Because I've made a concerted effort to get into rum. Not the last few days, but because I've drunk nothing. But and I'm drinking black tea at the moment. Black tea, because apparently it's really good for you. The minute you put milk into something, you are negating all the good stuff, the natural ingredients of like tea and coffee. There was a thing before about coffee being really good for you, and they listed on TV all the benefits. That I don't drink coffee, but I might start. But you've got to drink, you know, the natural bean, not only an instant stuff because there's nothing in that. But drink, you know, the proper full bean coffee. But don't put any milk in it, because it has all antioxidants. It helps your digestion, helps the brain, stimulates this, stimulates that. Obviously, there's a downside to some of it too. If you've got, you know, high blood pressure, coffee's not good for you. But you know, it is a good Kickstarter. But you've got to find out when the best time of day to have it is for you personally. And the same goes for tea. Drink tea as well. Green tea is especially good for you. I'm just parroting this now. Parroting. I've got my pirate hat. I have some souls from the deep blue seas, you know, and I'm playing Black Sails pirate music at the moment. So yeah, a parrot on my shoulder would be ideal, but he'd probably fall over with infection. This is a dead parrot. It is deceased. It is shuffled off its mortal coil. Bit of Monty Python for you there, for the old timers. But yeah, green tea, and you know, is good for you. But even normal tea, just drink it without milk. It's full of stuff which your body actually needs. So, you know, weirdness. Funny how these things all turn around, go full circle, don't they? For a long time, eggs were bad for you. Then they became really good for you. And I think they still are good for you. Unless you're, you know, dairy intolerant. Like yours truly. Although I I do have eggs occasionally because I fucking love them, you know. But yeah, so guys, this was just like a kind of like, you know, a pep talk for myself as much as for you, because you know, I need to G myself up a little bit. I have finished watching Black Sails as well, and I've got to say it's probably one of my favourite things that I've ever watched on TV. It really is. After a slow season 1, but still magnificent, certainly enough to keep me hooked and engrossed throughout season 1. Season 2 exploded with action and violence and skullduggery and intrigue. Then season 3, the whole overarching story began to really kick in with new characters and new drama and scenarios. And then season 4, oh my god, where people that you loved and cared about were getting killed. Terrible things were happening. Ramifications and problems between, you know, characters, you know, rivalries. Very cleverly done, skillfully interwoven real life with fiction, and also as the build up to Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. Toby Stevens, fantastic. Zach McGowan. In the last video I was calling him Luke McGowan. Zach McGowan as Captain Charles Vane. Forever indebted to your performance there, man. Forever, fantastic. Luke Arnold, Aussie boy Luke Arnold playing Long John Silver. The young Long John Silver. Phenomenal stuff. And Tom Hopper as Billy Bones, you know, a Brit, another Brit. Fantastic. Tell you what, some of the workouts these guys were doing, you know, even in the days of, you know, scurvy, you know, knaves and, you know, having the rickets and all that, and drinking nothing but rum. I'll tell you what, they're built, some of these guys. Built. And that Billy Bones, his triceps. Fuck me. Tom Hopper, mate. Hat's off. Well, my hat is off. So yeah, I recommend Black Sails. I'll probably do more on that because I totally adore the show, and a meager little, you know, review there is not enough. So, isn't that a great face now? Isn't that fantastic? That, as some of you will remember, that's from Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's the official mask from Ghoulish Productions for when Gary Oldman's Dracula takes the wolf form, and you can still see the old man Gary Oldman Dracula look within that face, which is cleverly done. This guy, he's just having a whale of a time. Look at them chompers. He's also Ghoulish Productions, and a fabulous creation he is too. I will be getting more masks at some point once the money begins to roll back in again. Which, that's another sore point. Money, folks. Look after it. Don't fritter it away on bits of latex fun and swords. There's one over there which I'm looking at right now. That cost a fair bit as well. And the party all day, all night, every day for the rest of your life attitude comes at a price, I will say. And you know, now I'm on the other end. I'm now going to pay my dues back. Damn it, you know. That's my philosophy. You know, party hard, and then reap what you sow afterwards. Because there's always a way around it. There's always a way of bouncing back. And with that in mind, I'm going to drink this now cold black tea. Very unpleasant. Hardly the most appetising of drinks, but I think you can get used to it. I'm trying to, you know, engulf myself in Vicks, Vapo Rub and all that kind of stuff, like, and wipe my eye. Actually, it's not been that bad. It's not been that bad since I started this. I wonder if this is the tonic. Talking is the tonic. This is what everyone says now, don't they, about mental health. A bit sick of this, to be honest, you know. No, because men don't talk about mental health, do they? Men and their issues, they don't talk about it. For the last fucking 5, maybe 10 years, every TV show has had a thing about men and their problems and men not dealing with mental health issues. Fucking hell, everyone, SAS men are coming out with PTSD and writing their memoirs and oh god, you know, everyone is talking about mental health issues. Every TV soap is dealing with it now. It's massively right out in the open. We don't need to be fucking have this rammed down our throat again. Yes, mental health issues, they are important. And talking about them is one hell of a way to do it. It's what I'm doing right now. When your mind is a physical health issue. But talking has certainly made me feel a bit better. So I'm going to thank you guys for that, because without a doubt, we are a family. And if we can't talk things through, then who the hell can, you know? So, just trying to think what I'm going to do next, video-wise. In the meantime, if anyone's got any, like, sort of family cures, you know, any remedies and, you know, herbal stuff, any little top tips on how to keep healthy, because as you can see, I've not done any workouts either, because I just haven't felt like it. And it's funny how just a couple of days can really seem to set you back quite a bit, because I don't have any energy at all. But it's one of those things. These things come, these things go. But the thing is to be philosophical about it and realistic about it, and don't worry, you know. Again, there's me preaching, but I do tend to think, oh, it's the end. Oh, what's happened to me? I'm dead healthy. Oh, why has this happened to me? I've never had a cough like this before. My eyes have never wept before. That's something new. And you Google it, cancer, you go, oh no! Don't self-diagnose. Don't Google anything. Just not worth it. Right, and you know, fucking doctors, get more doctors! More doctors! You know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You know, you could be dying and yet, I'm sorry, there's no appointments. Well, I'm not feeling really good. Well, there's always the walk-in. Yeah, and then you go and spend all day waiting to see somebody at the walk-in. I won't do it, I tell you. I won't do it until I'm literally on my last legs. And then fuck them. No, I'll just get out of my way, you. Then I'll just, I don't know, what will I do? I'll sit there wearing a mask and watching horror movies. And then you're going like, is Kilt-Man all right there? Just take that mask off him. And I'll be like, a drool, a fly. He's gone! Kilt-Man's gone! This is an ex-Kilt-Man. He has shuffled off his mortal coil. Anyway. Folks, this was an absolute journey into limbo land and nowhere. Nowhere and nothingville. And hope you enjoyed the ride. I'll be back very soon, hopefully very soon, with something, as I always say, of more substance. But in the meantime, let me know what your little cure-alls are and how you guys combat all this kind of shit, because it's important. We're all in this fucking game together, and whatever we can do to help each other out, I think is very, very important. A few top tips there, you know, black tea, black coffee, no milk, you know, and yeah, and it's all good for you, and a positive mental outlook on things. In the meantime and in between time, you guys take it easy. Stay clear of bugs, especially that big fucking one that flies around with a really mean attitude. I'm gonna fucking find someone and I'm gonna really just sit all over their face and just drop me germ-ridden guts down their throat. He looks happy. I'll fucking put an end to that. Folks, take it easy. Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. Don't wear vests in winter. And I'll see you all later.